All right, get ready to dive deep, because today we're exploring some pretty epic tales from ancient Hindu cosmology.
Oh, yeah.
We're going into the Vishnu Purana,
Nice.
specifically Book 6,
Okay.
which is basically like this incredible encyclopedia, right?
Yeah.
Full of myths, legends, and genealogies. It gives us this amazing glimpse into how ancient Hindus viewed the world.
Absolutely. And it's not just stories, right? I mean, these narratives, they're packed with symbolism.
Oh, yeah.
They explore really profound concepts like creation, lineage, the cyclical nature of life.
They don't shy away from the drama either.
No.
We've got a king who, get this, tries to make himself the ultimate deity.
Wow.
Another king born from a king's thigh. You heard that right. And then there's this one. He milked the earth to feed his people.
That's wild.
Plus 10 brothers who meditate underwater
Oh, wow.
for 10,000 years.
No way.
10,000.
There's a lot to unpack here, isn't there? Why these particular stories? What were they trying to teach us? I guess we could start with King Vena. Okay.
A ruler described as inherently wicked,
Right.
influenced by his maternal lineage.
It's interesting how they just right off the bat call him inherently wicked, like just because of his family.
Makes you wonder if there's more to it, right?
Definitely. It seems like lineage is really important in Hindu thought.
It is. It's not just who your relatives are. It can shape you, your character, even your destiny.
But Vena takes this idea of lineage to a whole other level.
He does.
He declares himself as the only rightful recipient of sacrifices.
Essentially cutting out the Hindu gods.
Yeah. The ultimate power grab.
Challenging the cosmic order, Dharma.
Right.
Sacrifices were essential to appease the gods, keep the universe in balance. Vena, he throws everything into chaos.
And the sages, they try to reason with him.
They do. They're the guardians of cosmic order, you know. They emphasize his duty as king. They warn him about messing with the balance.
What do you won't listen?
Blinded by power, you know.
And so they kill him for his transgression. It seems harsh.
It does. But maybe they saw it as a necessary evil to restore order.
It shows how serious it is to stray from Dharma. Even a king, powerful as he is, he can't escape the repercussions.
Right.
But then they churn Vena's thigh.
And they get a new king.
Nishad,
Yeah.
embodiment of all Vena's negativity, like purging the sins, making way for a fresh start.
And then comes Prithu.
Things get really interesting here. Born from Vena's right arm, and, get this, he comes fully equipped, divine weapons,
So Prithu's not just any king. He's born for this.
destined, right?
Yeah. To rule, to protect. Those weapons, they represent that. A warrior king. Yeah. Defender of his people.
Exactly. But he faces a challenge, a big one. His people are starving. Famine. Because the earth goddess has hitting all the sustenance, the medicinal herbs, everything inside herself,
So he goes after her.
across the universe.
What an image. A king armed with divine weapons chasing the earth goddess through the cosmos. These myths are something else.
They really are. This chase, it shows how interconnected everything is. Humanity, the natural world, that balance. And the earth goddess, she can't escape him. She agrees to release sustenance for humanity. But he doesn't just demand it, does he?
No, he milks the earth.
Yeah.
And get this, he uses the first Manu, humankind's progenitor.
That's a calf.
Incredible, right?
More than just getting food. This is the foundation of agriculture. It's humanity's ability to cultivate, to nourish itself. Maybe it's also a responsibility to nurture the earth in return,
Prithu, his name actually comes from Prithvi, meaning earth.
Yeah.
He takes on this fatherly role, nourishing, sustaining life itself. From a king disrupting cosmic order to a king enabling human survival. Back to balance.
Really makes you think about choices, their impact.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started.
Oh, there's so much more. 10 brothers, millennia meditating underwater, a king emerging from a tree. We'll be right back. Okay, so 10 brothers, right?
Yeah, the Prachetas.
The Prachetas.
Yeah.
And their father's like, go increase the
It's an
population.
important task.
Big responsibility. It seems like lineage, keeping life going, it's a big deal in these texts.
It is.
But they're not sure how to do it. So they go to who else?
Vishnu, the preserver god.
The ultimate guide.
And he sends them on a quest, well, more like tells them to meditate
Meditate.
underwater
Underwater.
for 10,000 years.
10,000? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can't even sit still for 10 minutes.
Can you imagine the focus, the dedication? What does that even do to someone?
It's mind-boggling.
It really is. The Vishnu Purana doesn't go into their, individual experiences or anything,
Right.
but it shows what happens to the world while they're gone.
Okay.
The earth totally overrun with vegetation.
It's like nature had a 10,000-year party and no one cleaned up.
Right. Even with good intentions, things get out of balance.
Totally.
It's like a reminder, even positive actions can have consequences you don't expect.
Right.
I mean, they were doing their duty. But being gone that long, it created a whole new problem.
Yeah, so after 10,000 years, they come back. What's that like, coming back to a world that's totally different?
Must have been a shock. It's a jungle planet now. They realize, okay, gotta restore some order. So they unleash wind and fire to destroy all that excess vegetation.
Wow. Destruction as part of the cycle, creation, renewal.
Exactly.
And then their future wife shows up.
Marisha.
Marisha and her origin story.
Pretty wild.
Wild. She's born from a tree.
Yeah, it all starts with this celestial nymph, right? She
Right.
meets a sage and, well, she tempts him. Things get complicated.
Complicated how?
The sage's energy, potent stuff, right, mixes with the nymph's sweat. And then Soma, the moon god, he nurtures this embryo with his rays.
So you have spiritual power, the sage, celestial beauty, the nymph, and then these life-giving forces of nature with the moon god.
All coming together to create Marisha.
And the tree itself. In so many cultures, trees represent life, growth, that connection between heaven and earth.
It's layered, the symbolism. Her birth, it shows how everything's connected. Divine, earthly, all of it. And this brings us to something fascinating in the Vishnu Purana. Cyclical time.
Cyclical time.
Yeah, like we see this with Daksha.
Marisha's son.
Right. He's described as being born from Brahma's thumb
Okay.
and as the son of the Prachetas.
Wait, so he's born twice. How does that even...
It's how we view time versus how Hindu cosmology sees it. We think linear.
Right. Straight line.
But in the Vishnu Purana, time is cyclical. These vast cycles, yugas, figures like Daksha, they can appear in different cycles, play different roles.
So it's not when they're born, but where they fit in the cosmic cycle.
Exactly. And seniority. Back then, it wasn't about birth order. It was merit, spiritual attainment. This cyclical view, it emphasizes that everything's connected, recurring, creation, preservation, destruction. It's a constant dance.
We see that dance in the stories too, don't we?
We do.
Kings, thighs, trees, underwater meditation, milking the earth. Like this incredible tapestry of how they thought.
It is.
But what gets me, it's not just about gods and kings. It's about us, human nature, the challenges we all face.
You're right. It's universal, goes beyond time, culture. Like, take that sage, infatuated with the nymph.
Yeah, centuries of desire. That's intense. What do you think they were getting at with that?
The power of temptation, how the senses can pull us in. Even those who are wise, disciplined, the sage, despite everything, he's swept away.
It makes you wonder, are we all susceptible to that?
Yeah.
Even those who seem to have it figured out?
It's a humbling thought.
It really is.
And the Vishnu Purana, it's not like a rule book, right? It's about exploring those complexities. Human nature, the challenges on our own paths to spiritual growth.
Speaking of those 10 brothers, 10,000 years meditating, that's commitment.
Yeah.
What can we, modern folks take away from that?
Inspiring, isn't it? To think about that kind of focus, dedication. It makes you realize, wow, the potential we have. Imagine if we could apply even a fraction of that to our own lives.
Sometimes I can't focus for 10 minutes, 10,000 years. But then I remember these stories and I think, okay, if they can meditate underwater for millennia, maybe I can handle that deadline, that tough conversation.
Perspective, right?
Yeah.
These stories, they show us the vastness of time, the potential of the human spirit. They make us think about our place in this cosmic dance. Embrace the challenges, the opportunities that come our way.
We've journeyed through a lot today. Kings, trees, meditation, the earth. It makes you think about how everything's connected. Life, death, rebirth, that cycle. What stands out to you most from this deep dive?
That reminder, approach life with curiosity, wonder. These stories, they make us question things. Look beyond the surface. Find meaning in the everyday.
The Vishnu Purana tells us Prithu reshaped the earth for his people. What would you reshape in the world? And why? What will you carry forward from today? Keep exploring, keep seeking wisdom in the stories around us. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Vishnu Purana. Until next time.
Centuries, yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
What do you think? What were the storytellers trying to say with that?
Well, it really shows the power of temptation, right? How the senses can just pull you in.
Yeah.
Even for someone who's, supposed to be all about wisdom and discipline.
Right.
This sage, he's totally swept away.
It makes you think maybe we're all susceptible to that.
Oh, yeah.
even if we think we have it figured out.
Absolutely. It's humbling, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting, the Vishnu Purana, it's not giving you these strict rules.
Right.
It's more about, exploring.
And messiness.
Yeah. Human nature.
Yeah.
The challenges we face on our
It's
paths.
a spiritual growth. Yeah.
Exact.
Speaking of which, those 10 brothers,
Oh, yeah.
10,000 years,
Underwater.
serious dedication.
What can we, normal people take from that?
It is inspiring, right? To think about that kind of focus.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you realize the potential we have.
Yeah.
What if we could apply even a little bit of that to our lives? I know sometimes I can't even focus for 10 minutes,
Right.
10,000 years. But then I think about these stories, and it's like, if they could do that,
Yeah.
maybe I can handle this deadline, that tough conversation.
It's all about perspective.
It is.
These stories, they show us the vastness of time, the potential of, the human spirit.
Yeah.
They make us think about our place in this cosmic dance, right?
Yeah.
Embrace those challenges, the opportunities that come up.
We've covered so much ground today. Kings, trees, meditation, milking the earth.
It's a lot.
It makes you think about how everything's connected. That cycle of life, death, rebirth.
Absolutely.
What stands out to you from this whole deep dive into the Vishnu Purana?
That reminder to just approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder.
Yeah.
These stories, they make you question things, look deeper.
Beyond the surface.
Yeah, find meaning in the everyday stuff.
I love that.
Me too.
The Vishnu Purana tells us Prithu reshaped the earth for his people. What would you reshape in the world, and why? What will you carry forward from today? Keep exploring, keep seeking wisdom in the stories around us.
I like that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Vishnu Purana.
It's been great.
Until next time.